What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music. As a musician myself, I'm going to be doing a series of 50,000 subscriber video special where I check out songs from composers or developers that have commented on my channel, which is a huge honor for me. And the first person to ever do that was, in fact, Casey Edwards from Devil May Cry. And honestly, and that's actually my biggest video on YouTube to this day. It's still my biggest. Bury the Light is still huge up there. Big thank you to Casey. It's been a while since I've done Devil May Cry. I can't even remember the last time. That might have been the last time. I don't know. I remember I checked out Devil Trigger and then that one shortly after, and then I don't remember if I've done anything else. Either way, this is Silver Bullet from DMC5. Don't know when this plays. It's 11 minutes, but I just wanted to show my appreciation for the composers and developers out there. This is for you. This is why I'm doing it. And a big thank you to Casey, whether he sees this or not. This is Silver Bullet from Devil May Cry 5. Let's go. Cheers. Oh, a callback. Oh, I forgot who sings that song. I'll have to look it up. That song was so ooh. I was not expecting an electronic song. The same vocalist. Ooh. Ah, little hints of dubstep a little bit. Some Skrillex vibes. Not anymore. Just I like that. That was like a taste. It wasn't like the whole song. Oh, I just remembered something. Okay. So that song definitely has something to do with this song. Yeah, I can hear it now. It's the same chord progression. I haven't heard that song in like a year. Oh. I just looked up something. Sounds so sinister. Oh, so it does have its own lyrics. Okay. Oh, that's filthy. Halftime. Wow. Very broad palette for Casey. I was expecting another, like, kind of metal hit. Yet it still has that kind of dark intensity. We are halfway. We're jamming out. We're hydrating. I feel like dancing. I think it's looped a couple times now. I'm not sure if this is another just long composition or if it's just a couple loops. Okay, yeah, it's looped. This is cool, this little halftime feel. It's like a little homage to dubstep a little bit. I'm not sure if this game came out during the height of that. But then it goes back to sounds so good. I have a theory about this song. Is that new? It's climbing and climbing and climbing. Okay. Definitely a long sequence. I'm enjoying it. It's not often I hear electronic on this channel. This part sounds so evil. That little That's cool. Bassline into the. And then it goes back into its normal tempo or beat. Okay, yeah. Wow. There's a lot going on, yet not so much at the same time. 1 minute left. Bang, bang, bang. Not every day we get electronic. I feel like I need to have my glow sticks out. Okay, I wrote a lot. There's a lot of questions I have as well. First of all, it's very nice to be able to hear DMC again. It's been a very long time. Well, first things first, the abilities and craftsmanship that Casey has is quite broad. You know, I didn't think that, of course, that they only were limited to just like a metal sound. But considering how well that song was written, I'm talking about Bury the Light, I just figured like that was like their strong suit or something. He can definitely have his own career in electronic, is what I'm saying as well. Very big, broad taste that is very impressive. So at the beginning of the video, I said I don't know where this plays, I don't know the context here, but I take that back, because I remember when I was researching what song I want to pick for this, I saw like in a note somewhere that this is the final boss, or either the final boss or really close to the end, something like that. So I immediately started shifting my brain into kind of a, oh, okay, so this would be like during a long battle, which, you know, would make that length kind of normal. But then, you know, as I'm hearing the song, I hear these like leitmotifs, and beyond a leitmotif, we have, and basically an entire song callback, which is Devil Trigger. And I don't know if that's the main song of the game, but it seems to be referenced here and there, enough to be into a last song. So now my question is this song more of a like callback to other songs and sounds in the game? You know, so like those melodies that I heard, the little da 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 da, or the do 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 do, are those other themes from the game? I'm making an assumption because if Devil Trigger is in there like that, then I feel like this kind of song would be like a, especially if it's the final boss song, then that would make sense if everything, like it's covering everything before it, you know, which is really cool. So it sounded kind of like a mix. Remember mixes? Something you would hear on the radio back in the day, where they just like literally kind of jumble everything together. That's my guess. Otherwise, it's just a kind of different variation of Devil Trigger, which I don't know the context. Obviously, I don't know if these songs are attached to characters or anything like that. I know Bury the Light was like a battle, I think. I don't remember, dude. I should stop guessing because I really don't know. But I don't. to me, it just felt like a callback type of thing, especially since I heard it so many times. Devil Trigger. Same vocalist, which, by the way, I looked up here. That's a question I need to ask. It says Ali Edwards and Cliff Lorett. I can't help but notice the name Ali Edwards. Like, you know, is that, you know, my only guess could be like relative, spouse, or coincidence. And either way, I don't know, I'm very curious, but damn, she's good. Which is, here's, it's gonna get kind of weird here. I never played this game. I plan on it, actually. It looks pretty cool, and the music is freaking amazing. The vocalist reminds me a lot of a singer from a group called Nero. Nero. I'm not sure if they're around anymore, but they have a song called My Eyes. They have they have a lot of good songs, but My Eyes is the one that I like the most. As I was writing that down, I'm like, this really sounds like Nero. I was like, wait a minute. Isn't there a character named Nero in this game? I don't know. All I know about DMC is Virgil exists and Dante exists. But again, just yesterday, I was looking up, you know, I had to do research to find these songs for this composer-a-thon, and I'm pretty sure I saw the word Nero in there. It's a small world that really sounds like a group that I like and grew up with, and the singer reminds me a lot of that group, and that group may have a name with a character in this game. Can't make that up. But I don't know who Ali Edwards is, but I'm very curious because of the last name. And then finally, the other thing, I mean, the song was great. It was a really cool, you know, dance hit, basically. It sounded to me very a product of its time. I don't know when this game was released, but if I had to guess based on the sound alone, it sounded very, let's just say like 2010s. I know it's kind of broad, it's a whole decade, but just the sound of it just reminded me of that kind of era, anywhere between like 2009 to like 2016. Like, this is what that sounded like to me. And then it had that little halftime dubstep part, which was really cool. And when I say dubstep, I mean the kind of dubstep that we kind of now associate it with, you know, like Skrillex and stuff like that. I'm not talking about like the older UK dubstep with like Caspa and Rusko and stuff like that. Outsiders. There's a lot of influence here. There's a lot of technique here. Devil May Cry seems to really nail it when it comes to memorable, like earworm type stuff. You know, I've been listening to Bury the Light since I listened to it. That's like in kind of like almost my daily rotation. I love that song. I haven't heard Devil Trigger in a while, but I know it as soon as I heard it. I was like, oh yeah, that one. There's a lot of familiarity. There's a lot of kind of like that welcome home feeling, which is probably why these games have such a huge reputation. And from the like 3 seconds of game footage I saw before, it looks really fun too. So I could see when you have all these recipes together, it makes for something quite amazing. And from what I gathered in yesterday's research, Casey Edwards didn't even make the whole soundtrack. It's like a collaboration. I don't know about that because I had to find which ones he made. And that's another interesting layer. I'm like, okay, so this game has multiple sounds to it. That's interesting because I've only heard Casey's stuff. That makes me more curious on top of the curiosity that I already had. But yeah. And then finally, the last thing it kind of reminded me of, I doubt anyone is gonna know what I'm talking about here. If you do, shout out to you. But back in the day, my older brother used to buy CDs. Remember CDs? And they were from, it was like a compilation called Thunderdome. And it was like European hard house. This reminded me of that, like completely. Like it just reminded me of stuff like from Thunderdome, like Scooter and So many, but I just couldn't help but think of that. Wonder if anyone else is gonna know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that was great. DMC has my attention tenfold. Looks fun. Don't know what the title means. That's where you guys come in. You guys will let me know. Anyways, a big shout out to Casey for checking out the channel. This is why I did it. And for making these amazing songs. Very much appreciated. We all love what you do. If you want to make a request as well, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine if you do not mind waiting. If you do not want to wait, there is the platinum tier on Patreon, which expedites your request to the very top, thus eliminating the wait. A big thank you to my current supporters, Justin, Kevin, Moon Knight, DJ Singletone, Your Average Metalhead, and Mushi Maria for being a part of that. Thanks to you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for 50,000 subs. Crazy. My name is Jesse. This has been The Auditorium. Have a good night.